that's good. Yeah. All right, good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Jacob Matthews. I'm back. Did you all miss me? All right, so it looks like another severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Chautauqua County now. It seems like it's really impacting a large area of the county. It seems like the only part that doesn't seem to be within the warning is just that one strip at the lake shore along I-90 from Ripley up to Silver Creek. But if we go just a little further south down to Chautauqua Lake, Sherman, Jamestown, all of these locations are likely going to get hit with some heavy rain. But it's not just heavy rain, of course. With this severe thunderstorm warning, you're going to want to look out for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, as well as, according to the National Weather Service, nickel-sized hail. So if we take a look at this part of the graphic here, nickel-sized hail would probably be up to 1 inch. Yeah, so yeah, just think of like the size of a nickel, and it would be around there. So yeah, nickel-sized hail, it seems to be happening north of Wattsburg right now. That's where the bulk of the system currently is, just north of Wattsburg, but now it's making its way into Chautauqua County. We already have like a good line of heavier rain showers happening over Chautauqua County. Seems like it's over French Creek, Sherman, making its way into Bemis Point as well. The system is mainly moving east-northeastward at nearly 50 miles per hour, so it's a quick-moving system. That means any heavy rain that you get will probably blow over probably in the next 10 to 15 minutes, given how quickly it's moving. Yeah, as of now, it seems like it's over French Creek and Mina. Eventually, it will probably be out of Mina by 2:37, out of Sherman by 2:43, out of French Creek by 2:33. Eventually, it's going to make its way into Chautauqua County pretty soon. Let's see here. Chautauqua County, probably in the next 10 to 15, or sorry, just Chautauqua, the town of Chautauqua, probably in the next 10 to 15 minutes. It's already in Chautauqua County, of course. Yeah, so this is the severe thunderstorm warning currently in Chautauqua County. Not seeing any other warnings within the region, but there is a tornado watch. Now, just keep in mind, a tornado watch just means conditions are favorable for tornadoes to form. It's favorable for rotation, but the radar is not indicating any tornadoes on the ground, and it really can't, given how far away the radar is. So, for example, let me just circle some areas here. So let me circle this area right here and circle, say, Hamburg. Whoops, let me get those back. So if we go up to where the radar is in Buffalo, which is about right there near Amherst, the circled area closer to the radar, it's detecting anything closer to the ground. But if we go a little farther away from the radar, towards where the circle area is in Chautauqua County, that indicates that anything that radar is picking up over here is farther away from the ground. So anything right here, closer to the ground, anything right here, farther away from the ground. So yeah, if you're farther away from the radar, it's detecting stuff that's farther away from the ground. So what you see right over here near the radar, near Buffalo, it's pretty close to the ground. So yeah, heavy rain pretty close to the ground, but over here, heavy rain pretty high up in the air. So that's a little radar 101 for you guys. It's also, and of course, it also detects rotation too. Let's take a look at storm relative velocity. All the reds and the greens. Now, the red means that it's winds blowing towards the radar. Green means it's blowing, green means it's blowing towards the radar. Red means it's blowing away from the radar. And if the two colors are near each other, then that could give us an indication that there's rotation. Let me just do a little bit of a drawing here. So this is towards the radar. This is away from the radar. Now, if these colors were closer together, then we would get something like this. you would get that kind of rotation. But keep in mind, this is far away from the Buffalo radar, so yes, this is high up in the air, not very close to the ground. Rotation high up in the air does not necessarily mean that a tornado can form. It just means there's just a lot of rotation high up in the atmosphere, and we would need somebody on the ground to tell us if there actually is rotation happening. And that's why we have our storm chaser, Steve Marshall, to help us with that. As of now, it seems like I think he said he was in Crawford County not too long ago. I'm not sure how long it'll be until he tries to make his way to Chautauqua County. It might be too late until he actually makes it to Chautauqua County. But at the moment, there's severe weather currently happening in Chautauqua County, mainly from French Creek to Mayville, Stockton. So you're going to want to watch out for any heavy rain out that way. If it would be nice if Becky Linton from French Creek would tune in right now. I don't think I have her number. Yeah, I don't think I have her number right now. I do have her email, but yeah, maybe she can tell us a little bit of what's happening. Let's see. I'm just gonna email Becky Lynn in French Creek right now. Maybe I don't have her email. Hey, Dorian, if you're able to get a hold of Becky Lynn, I would appreciate that. Okay. How long will we be under watches and warnings? So the tornado watch is in effect until 8 p.m. Yeah, 8 p.m. And the warning is in effect until 3:15 p.m. over in Chautauqua County. Northeast seems to be getting some light rain, according to the radar. But is it really getting light rain at the surface? Let's see. We'll just have to pull up the weather camera real quickly. It looks pretty wet over there. Some dark clouds, but not too heavy. Visibility looks fine. Yeah, not really detecting anything severe over there. Any major storms for Union City? Looks like Union City is just getting out of heavy rain right now, according to the Buffalo radar. Let's go to the Cleveland radar. Yeah, same case. Seems like it's getting out of the heavier rain, thankfully. Speaking of heavy rain, that's happening now in Chautauqua County. Starting to clear up now in Waterford. That's some good news there. Storm around 4:15 will be heading northeast, it looks like. Oh, really? All right, keep me posted about that. Yeah, so it seems like this system is generally moving northeastward. Seems like most of the heavy rain is moving out of French Creek, making its way out of Sherman too. Looks like it's heading towards Bemis Point. Bemis Point will probably be hit by heavy rain in the next few minutes. Let me just try to confirm that. Yeah, maybe like the next 5 to 10 minutes, Bemis Point will be getting some heavier rain. Jamestown, that might be a little while until it gets heavier rain. Let's see, Jamestown, probably 10 to 20 minutes. Let me try drawing up better. Okay, yeah, that seems better. Yeah, maybe 15, 20 minutes. Jamestown will be getting hit with a bit of heavy rain. Now, yeah, we are under a tornado watch. I just want to reiterate that even though it's a watch, that just means that you really got to prepare for any conditions. It just means conditions are favorable for a tornado to form. It doesn't tell us that a tornado currently exists. There might be some rotation detected high up in the air, but the radar only tells us that the rotation might be happening high up in the air, but it doesn't tell us that there's rotation near the ground. That's why we need people to tell us, actual people to tell us if there's rotation happening near the ground. Also, even though we're under a watch, we seem to be under the low chance area for tornadoes to form. If you're looking for a higher chance, you might want to go down to Pittsburgh, or at least the Pittsburgh area. Let me just switch to the Pittsburgh radar. You can see that there are a lot more warnings happening just near Pittsburgh, and there's also a higher chance for tornadoes to form because there's a larger heat source in Pittsburgh. Now, you see all this broken cloud cover down here. The more broken cloud cover there is, the more likely there will be a heat source near the ground, because of course the sun's just going to heat the ground, and when there's more heat, there's more rising air. With more rising air, that's just going to add more moisture into the system that's already happening in parts of Ohio. And the stronger the system, the more likely there could be a tornado if there's some rotation happening over there too. So yeah, more heat over here, meaning more tornadoes possible, but we're not getting as much heat up in Erie. If you take a look at the visible satellite, there's a little more cloud cover, so might not get as much heat up here. So I wouldn't expect a lot of tornadoes to form, if any at all. There's a lower chance for tornadoes to form, but I would still prepare. I mean, if you're outside and if you're doing something and you're noticing heavy rain, try to get anything that you're doing done as soon as possible and just get back home. Just get back home as soon as you can. Yes, I would recommend staying home until this whole storm passes. And wherever you are right now, if there's heavy rain, it might happen just for like 10 to 15 minutes, and then the storm will just blow over. And after that, things will eventually calm down. As of now, it seems like the warning is only over Chautauqua County until 3:15 p.m. So most of the heavy rain is happening over in Chautauqua County, southwestern New York. Not really seeing a whole lot of severe weather happening in northwestern Pennsylvania, but there is a bit of heavy rain, so you're going to want to look out for that. Heavy rain will eventually make its way into Corey in the next few minutes. It's making its way out of Union City. Down in Crawford County, it seems like we've got heavy rain entering Spartanburg. So yeah, might want to stay home for 10 to 15 minutes in Spartanburg. Youngsville seems to be getting a little bit of heavy rain, but that will be ending soon. Warren seems to be getting its first taste of heavy rain in a few minutes. But this looks like a smaller system, so might only happen for a few minutes, and then you should be fine until this heavier rain happens over in Crawford County. Is Titusville going to be hit hard? Looks like Titusville is in the zone for heavier rain too, probably in like the next few minutes, but after that, it looks like the system will only last for a few minutes, and it should be fine after that. After that, maybe it'll just be lighter rain. Ooh. Oh, she did. She just emailed me. Sorry, guys, I'm not home.
Okay. Also, for your chance to chat a caddy out there and you want to just see if there's stills out here.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you for that, Dorian. Yeah, Dorian, one of our producers, was just giving me a little bit of info here, a little bit of contact info. Maybe.
How we doing, Facebook, everybody? I know it's a little rambunctious out there, but right now, Jacob is holding it down. I'm just, give him assistance. Like, I'm just in the co-pilot, He's a pilot.
Yes, and I really appreciate that. Also, I have a crawl running the channels. I mean, people might get a little mad about that. So if you want to take it down soon, you can. Yeah. All right. Yeah, he's just giving me a bit of contact info. Hopefully, Chad and Kathy will be able to tune in sometime soon. And if not, maybe I can just email her, see how things are happening in Youngstown. Kathy. Let's see. What's the name of her email again? Oh, Molly Crumb 13. Okay. All right. Hello, Kathy. Anything severe happening in Youngsville right now? There we go.
It went to voicemail for
Oh, nice. How's Harbor Creek looking for this afternoon? Harbor Creek seems to be in the clear right now. if any rain were to occur, it just looks like some light rain for the rest of the afternoon. I'd say Harbor Creek is fine. Yeah, it looks like it's really only this one line of heavier downpours and some cells of thunderstorms. But after that, it seems like we'll be taking a break for a little while. If I remember from my forecast yesterday, there may be another system forming like later tonight. But as of now, it seems like the major system is seen right here. And it's just this one system. And after that, we got like an area of pretty clear, calm weather. And that'll probably happen in like the next hour or so. Yeah, so like in the next hour, we'll probably be dealing with either light rain or just calm weather in general. Anything else hitting Meadville? We're really just under a tornado watch for now. Not expecting any warnings. I mean, just a severe thunderstorm warning for Chautauqua County. Nothing that Facebook Live can't handle. Yeah. Meadville. Actually, it seems like Meadville is getting out of any heavy rain, but we can pull up the weather camera for that. Let's see. Showing the tops. Yeah, I mean, there are high winds, but rain doesn't look too heavy. Yeah, it's another thing. You want to look out for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts associated with this storm. Speaking of winds, here's a look at them right now. These are like the normal wind speeds, not the wind gusts. Any green you see could mean wind speeds 20 miles per hour or greater. Seems like Jamestown's already getting those kinds of wind speeds, just over 20 miles per hour. Pretty gusty, windy over near Meadville too. If you remember the weather camera, near 20 miles per hour in Meadville, a little higher just outside of Meadville. So yeah, still quite windy down there. Right now, it seems like the highest winds are in Oil City, Cranberry. Any rain happening down there? Not right now. The winds are picking up. Eventually, the rain will hit too. So you're just going to get rain really moving sideways and hitting in your face. Tornado watch will probably get canceled earlier than 8 p.m. Yeah, maybe for northwestern Pennsylvania, but probably not down near the Pittsburgh area because there's a lot more heat happening down there and therefore a better source for severe weather. But for us, not as much heat. Starting to come down in Warren, our radar doesn't look like we'll get much of a break for a while. Yeah, I mean, you got that one cell happening in Warren, followed by another set of cells that are just about to enter Warren County.
The Warren Cam.
Oh yeah, good idea, Warren Cam. Dorian mentioned the Warren Cam. So what's happening on the radar should be happening now on the Warren Cam. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, starting to get a bit of a downpour, but and this downpour might happen for like a few minutes, and then after that, there might be a few minutes of a break, and then that'll be followed by what's entering western Warren County right now. All right. What about Corey? I wish we had a weather camera for Corey, but we do have the radar. And according to the radar, it seems like there's heavy rain happening there, unless that's just high up in the atmosphere and the heavy rain hasn't just happened yet, but it will likely happen in the next few minutes if that's the case, the next minute or two. And after that, it'll probably just be like a few minutes and then the heavy rain will just subside. What time this evening in Fairview is it going to be bad? I'm not really detecting anything bad in Fairview right now, and it doesn't seem like anything bad will happen in Fairview for a while, if anything were to happen in Fairview. Again, we do have a lot of cloud cover, which could help weaken any thunderstorm activity too, because that just blocks any heat near the ground, and you really need that heat source to help the air to rise and to just add more moisture into the system. But with that cloud cover, not going to get as much heat. And it seems like there's a lot of cloud cover entering from the west, so looks like we might get a little bit. Looks like we might get a break after this severe thunderstorm warning is no longer in effect, and it won't be in effect after 3:15 p.m. What time will the next set of storms come at? I might need a little bit more info on what you're trying to say there. I mean, are you talking about like the storms like late this evening? Because I did mention that. If that's the case, then if I remember from my forecast, it might just be like 10 p.m. But looking at the forecast, it didn't seem like it was a very strong system anyway. And it doesn't seem like it'll be strong at all, given the cloud cover and the lack of sunshine too. All right, Mark is saying it's pouring in Corey, I believe. Yeah, all right, so that confirms that. Thanks for that info, Mark. As of now, it seems like the system is moving at about 50 miles per hour. Wow. It is a fast-moving system, and there's a 30% chance of severe hail, 70% chance of hail. So yeah, you're going to want to look out for the chance of hail in Chautauqua County as well. If I remember from what the National Weather Service said, it would be up to a nickel-size hail. Seems like there's a chance of that just southwest of Bemis Point. But again, this is a northeastward system, so eventually that hail could hit Bemis Point anytime soon. So yeah, if you're anywhere in Bemis Point, look out for hail. And of course, stay indoors. I would definitely recommend that. Yep, cloud cover and rain cold air can help suppress any chance for severe weather.
You're on it, Yvonne.
And that's what we're likely going to get after this system makes its way into Cattaraugus County. So hopefully this will be the end of severe weather. Yeah, that's a good point, Dorian. It does seem like the whole warning box has shrunk a little. It's still in effect until 3:15 p.m. Seems like the warning is out of French Creek and Mina. That's good. Yeah, you're welcome, Joe. When is the actual cold coming? Let's take a look at the temperatures right now. That is a good question. High res temps. I'm guessing these temps are still pretty 70, 69. We're still like in 60s and 70s. So you can see there's a little bit more cold air out near Ashtabula. Got a bit of cloud cover over there too. But the sun is still out, so there's still a chance that the air could warm up until the sun is down. But with that cloud cover, yeah, I wouldn't think it'll warm up very quickly. It's a lot warmer down in Pittsburgh. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Ooh, near 80 in Pittsburgh, or at 80 just south of Pittsburgh. So yeah, with a warm ground like that, there's a good chance of rising air, and that rising air can just add more moisture into the system and will just strengthen it. But it's not happening up here as much. There's a lower chance for a lot of severe weather up here. Oh, looks like Chad and Kathy came in. 71 in Youngsville, high of 78, rain around 2:30 with 0.05 inches of rain. All right, thank you, Kathy. Is there going to be any more rain coming towards Green Township? Yeah, but I wouldn't expect really heavy rain, anything too severe. Let's see, based on the radar, yeah, it seems like just lighter rain is happening. It's about to happen. Just some light green shades. Garden variety showers, indeed. Yep. Yeah. Still under that tornado watch. Just to reiterate, a tornado watch just means conditions are favorable for a tornado to form. As of now, we have just radar indicated rain and possible rotation. Actually, I'm not really seeing much rotation right now indicated by the radar, even high up in the air. There would be some rotation if the greens and the reds were pretty close together. Now, keep in mind the greens being winds blowing towards the radar, in this case the buffalo radar, red away from the radar. So if the greens and the reds were closer together, we'd be getting something like this. Now, keep in mind, we're pretty far away from the radar. So this is indicating rotation high up in the air. Just a little bit of visual aid here. If I were to circle like Alden, Marilla, East Aurora, which is really close to the radar right here, this would mean that what's happening is actually pretty close to the ground. But if I were to go a little farther away, say if I circled a place like Chautauqua, that's farther away from the radar, then that means anything that's happening, anything that you see right here is actually farther away from the ground. So close to the radar, close to the ground. Farther away from the radar, farther away from the ground. So what you're seeing right now, based on this reflectivity, that's actually heavy rain pretty high up in the air. And what you see right here, high winds high up in the air too. Now the green and the red, like I mentioned before, not very close together, so that doesn't really mean there's a whole lot of rotation happening high up in the air. And of course, none of this tells us that there's rotation happening near the ground, and that's why we need people near the ground to tell us if they're actually detecting rotation themselves. But if we go down to Pittsburgh, let's see. Yeah, if we go down to Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh radar, you can actually see a bit of green and red close to each other in this part of Ohio, so there's a higher chance of rotation over there. For us, the chance of rotation is pretty low, therefore the chance of tornadoes forming is also pretty low. Wait a minute. I am seeing something over in Mercer County.
Yeah, that cell's been looking very interesting.
Okay, it looks like there's red and green pretty close to each other. Okay, so this is the Cleveland radar. Away towards, so if any rotation were to happen, it would look like this. Yeah, looks like there might be a bit of rotation happening, but this is pretty high up in the air. According to this system, it's about 7,000 feet up in the air, not anywhere near the ground. So again, we're going to need somebody in New Vernon or Stoneboro to tell us if they detect any rotation near the ground. Same with Cockerton. Yeah, maybe Steve Marshall is over there right now. Yeah, we're going to find out where Steve Marshall is, see if he's anywhere in Mercer County or near Cockerton. All right, he's a little busy, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, again, the chances for tornadoes to form in our area is lower compared to the Pittsburgh area, but still, we are going to keep a close eye on things. In the meantime, of course, with the tornado watch, conditions are favorable, so we would still recommend staying indoors as much as you can. Yeah, if you're doing anything outdoors soon, just get it done right away. As of now, it seems like it's really just cells of heavy rain and possible hail. So yeah, it would be a good idea to still stay inside until that part of the storm blows over. As of now, it seems like it's blowing over in Bemis Point, the town of Chautauqua.
There's just a fresh scan on that storm in Mercer County.
All right, back to the storm in Mercer County. 50 miles per hour, or maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. Could be like between 40 and 50 miles per hour. That's how fast the system is moving. 70% chance of hail size less than a half an inch. Not saying anything about any tornado possibilities. It wouldn't do that anyway. How fast are the winds down there? Let's see. As of now, it seems like we got winds at least 20 miles per hour entering that part of Mercer County. Seems like the higher winds are lighter green shades here. That's oh, whoops. Actually, that's lower. No, it's higher. Okay. Yeah, those are winds of near 25 miles per hour, and that's in southern Ashtabula, northern Turnbull. Yeah, that seems to be entering more of Mercer County at this point. Back to the radar. Now it seems like the chances of hail have lowered a bit in Mercer County. As well as Concreton. Unless that's just according to the Buffalo radar. Cleveland radar might be a little different. Okay, Cleveland radar now is now detecting a chance of hail near New Vernon. All right, that warning in Chautauqua County is still in effect until 3:15 p.m. Back to the Buffalo radar. Yeah, so this is about 3,500 feet up in the air. This is what the radar is detecting at 3,500 feet. Heavy rain, possible hail. Yeah, possible hail as well over Jerry, south of Sinclairville. Let's see. The system is currently moving anywhere between maybe up to 50 miles per hour. 52 might be a little bit of an exaggeration. Also, the width of this system, about 10 miles. So 12 minutes, 10, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, if you start to see heavy rain, possible hail, it might last 10 to 15 minutes, and then it will just blow over after that. That would be the case for Jerry. Actually, that might not happen as long over in Jerry. For Jerry, it's only like 7 miles, so yeah, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Storm moving into Tidiute. Okay, thank you for that, Sammy. Yeah, we can already see a heavier cell of rain moving into Tidiute. Might slide past. Most of it might actually slide past Tidiute, given that this system is mainly moving northeast, where it's moving in this direction. So yeah, it seems like this might slide past Tidiute. At least this cell right here. Although, what's behind the cell could still hit Tidiute. Mm-hmm. More lightning, huh? Yeah. Oh, you're looking at the system in Concreton. Mm-hmm. Yeah, back to that. Ooh, yeah. It seems pretty juicy. And by juicy, I mean hail, heavy rain. Yeah, velocity. Ooh, yeah. You can see some reds and greens pretty close to each other now. This is being detected by the Cleveland radar. So we got that as well as that. Yeah, which would form this. It would form that if the green and the red were even closer together. So we're gonna keep a sharp eye on that. This would be rotation at about 8,000 feet up in the air. It would not be rotation close to the ground, and we need people near the ground to confirm that for us. So if there's anybody near Concreton or New Vernon who can tell us if they are detecting any rotation near the ground, just give us a holler. Yeah, I might end the stream by the time this thunderstorm warning is over. Although there might be a chance there could be another warning issued in parts of Crawford County or Venango County. I'll have to look out for that. It's kind of surprising that the National Weather Service is not issuing a warning for this one system.
I'm wondering that too. I wonder what they're debating.
Because it feels like it does meet the criteria for warning.
It feels like that too. I don't know
And
what.
that's really strange. Maybe it's entering a lot of cloud cover and it'll probably be suppressed as a result. Maybe. They're probably thinking it might be a little suppressed
Yeah,
pretty soon.
they would have put out something.
You're in Carol's in Conkerton right now. Well, it looks like Conkerton is starting to get some heavy rain and a chance of hail according to the radar. This hail could be as large as maybe a half an inch. Yep, a half an inch of hail. That seems to be the case for Conkerton right now, but oh, there it is.
Oh,
There's the warning. Called it. Seems like this warning is just south of Crawford County. It's really impacting northeastern Mercer County as well as northern Venango County. I'm sure it's 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and pea-sized hail. Those could be the main threats. Maybe penny-sized hail as well. And this will be in effect until 3:45 p.m. This will be in locations anywhere from Mount Vernon New Vernon in Mercer County to Pleasantville and Venango County.
Pittsburgh that issued that warning.
Yeah. Also, it looks like Tionesta is within the severe thunderstorm warning too. All right. All right, so let's take a look at this system again. Now that there's a warning, you're going to want to look out for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts at times and a chance of probably penny-sized hail along with heavy downpours and thunderstorms. So it looks like this core of heavy rain is starting to make its way into Cooperstown. When it will reach Cooperstown, let's see, probably at 3:14 p.m., so about 15 minutes from now. Cooperstown will start to be seeing some heavy rain. As for Cherry Tree, yeah, it looks like Cherry Tree might be next. That will happen. Okay, update. Maybe it'll hit Cooperstown a little earlier, probably 5 to 10 minutes. Cherry Tree, probably the next 20 to 25 minutes. So yeah, at that time, look out for heavy rain, chance of hail and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Rain has ended in Meatville, according to Tammy. All right, thank you, Tammy. Okay, it looks like Titusville is just on the edge of the northern edge of this system too. There's a chance that it will also get some heavy rain as well. Maybe a chance of hail. And if that were to happen, it will happen probably in about 15 to 20 minutes. So yeah, anybody in Titusville, if you are outside doing anything, just get it done quickly because in the next 15 to 20 minutes, we're expecting heavy rain, thunderstorms, and a chance of hail too. And I would recommend staying indoors while that's happening. And how long will that happen? Well, if it were to reach Titusville, let's see, the system is about like 10 minutes in width or 10 miles in width. Also, it's moving about 47 miles per hour, close to 50. So it'll happen like 10 to 15 minutes. Like, yeah, the heavier rain, the hail, you'll be getting that for 10 to 15 minutes, and then it will just blow over after that. We might need to run the crawl for the thunderstorm warning in Mercer County, Venango County. All right, heavy rain in Townville and thunder as well. All right, thank you for that, Gail. Heavy rain, some sunshine in Tyona. All right, if there's a bit of sunshine in Tyona, then the temperatures at the ground could rise too. So that could lead to some rising air, which could add a bit more moisture to the system. How is Warren looking? Looks like Warren is starting to get some cores of heavy rain and possible hail. Yeah, so here's what the radar is saying. This is the hail part of the radar. Possibly a chance of a half an inch of hail. Oh, whoops. That seems to be entering towards Youngstown or Youngsville at the moment. Eventually, it'll hit downtown Warren. Let's see this one. This one core right here could hit Warren. Probably in the next 20 minutes. Speaking of Warren, maybe we can take a look at how it is now. Okay, so it seems like things have cleared up in Warren, but again, that one cell of thunderstorms and heavy rain that I just mentioned before could reach downtown Warren in the next 20 minutes. So don't get a little too comfortable just yet. There's still another shot of rain and thunder. Out of town, but worried about my family in Greenville. All right, Greenville. It looks like much of the heavier rain has moved out of oh wait, I'm thinking of Greenfield. Sorry, Greenville. My bad. Greenville. All right, Pittsburgh radar is detecting a cell of heavier rain and some thunderstorms just south of Greenville. Not really seeing anything for hail, so you don't have to worry about that. Also, it seems like it's making its way out of Greenville currently. It's moving mainly northeastward, so it's moving in this direction. Yeah, like that. So any heavy rain may just stay in Greenville. Greenville will probably just be dealing with lighter rain for the next few minutes. Okay. Clintonville. Let me just look up that area real quickly. Okay, that's where Clintonville is. All right, Clintonville. Clintonville is currently in between two different warnings. I don't really see any heavy rain or thunderstorms or high wind gusts over there. If anything were to hit Clintonville, it will probably just be this. And it's mostly green, meaning that it's mostly light rain. Don't really see anything too severe with that. When will it hit Clintonville? Let's see. It could hit Clintonville in like the next 20 to 25 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Hopefully that answers your question, Chris. All right. Back to the severe thunderstorm warning in Venango County. All right. So right now it seems like Cooperstown, Sugar Creek, and Cherry Creek or Cherry Tree are within the severe thunderstorm warning. Ooh, it's getting quite juicy over Cooperstown. Not just heavy rain, but also a chance of half-inch hail in Cooperstown too, and a lot of thunderstorm activity as well. Our radar is detecting 11 positive strikes, 72 negative strikes. The positive strikes are the strikes that hit the ground. Negative strikes are within the clouds. So yeah, got some thunderstorm activity happening there. Of course, just oh yeah. Dorian just said that there's definitely a hail core happening near Cooperstown as well. So good idea to stay indoors for probably the next 10 minutes. After that, the storm will likely blow over. Yeah, so right now it's really impacting Cooperstown, and we're north of Sugar Creek. Eventually it'll make its way into Cherry Tree. Let me just pull that up again. Yeah, Cherry Tree, probably the next 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, so the next 15 to 20 minutes, what's happening in Cooperstown will eventually happen in Cherry Tree.
this holds this could make it to Warren County. It's based on the track.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point, Dorian. Based on the track of this system that's happening now in Cooperstown, it could enter a part of Warren County. Most likely southern Warren County, probably just the southern half south of downtown Warren. So it could likely hit you as well. Let's see. Oh, looks like it's shifted. Let's see. Tidioutes in the field. Probably the next 20 to 30 minutes. Tidioute will start to get some heavier rain from that system. Oh boy, it looks like this core is getting even juicier. You can see darker shades representing an even higher chance for possible hail. And that's just north of Cooperstown now.
By itself, too.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, just use your common sense. Stay indoors if you are detecting heavy rain. Because if you're detecting heavy rain, well, that just means it's probably going to last for a little while. I'd say like 10 to 15 minutes. Heavy rain will probably be followed by hail, especially if you're near Cooperstown, near Cherry Tree, close to Titusville, Pleasantville. So yeah, stay indoors for like 10 to 15 minutes, and then it should be fine. Looks like the warning in Chautauqua County has moved even farther to the east. It's now into Cattaraugus County, which is not within our area, so we're not going to worry too much about that. Unless you're going to Seneca Allegheny. Yeah, if you're going to Seneca Allegheny, just look out for any chance of heavy rain near Salamanca.
Cooperstown, it is just pouring down.
Yeah, it's too bad we don't have a camera over in Cooperstown. I would like to take a look at what's happening over there.
Cherry Tree, it's knocking right on the door. It is right there. Yep. Just got a fresh radar loop. It's been 5 to 10 minutes. So Cherry Tree, if you know anyone down there, tell them that seek shelter. Stay inside until this passes. Look at that core.
Yeah, that core right there, it is getting quite juicy. I mean, all around Cooperstown as well, like main streets like State Route 4009. Yeah, you're going to be expecting heavy rain, a chance of hail too. Plum Corner, also a chance. Whew. Yeah, it's quite juicy. And you also want to look out for high wind gusts as well as high winds in general. It seems like the winds, interestingly enough, we're not really getting much wind activity. Not really picking up anything unless that's just an error. Oh, wow.
You want to change radar sites?
No, this is a national thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is interesting.
Interesting that we're not really seeing much wind over there, but I'm sure we'll pick up right away. Lightning strike 5 miles southeast of Youngsville. All right, thank you, Chad and Kathy. It looks like what Chad and Kathy was mentioning is right here, which makes sense. It looks like it's starting to enter Warren now. Let's take a look at the Warren camera. Well, you can clearly see it's there's more cloud cover and some fogginess out in the distance. Oh, there was a lightning strike. Yeah, there was a lightning strike too. And this is just looking out west from downtown Warren, and the rain's starting to pick up again. Yeah, good idea to stay indoors for like the next 10 to 15 minutes if you're in downtown Warren. Not doing anything on lower west side town, just a little rain, cloudy. Okay.
Yeah, your garden variety showers in Erie, Fairview, Northeast.
Yeah, we just got garden variety showers up in Erie County at the moment, so I'm not expecting any severe weather within Erie County anytime soon, thankfully. Much of the severe weather that is happening now is over in Venango County, bit of Warren County, and even a bit of Chautauqua County. But it looks like most of Chautauqua County is now entering garden variety showers. Not really seeing a whole lot happening in Crawford County right now, so that should be good. So the main focus at this moment is Venango County, even Forest County, as well as Warren County. Yeah, whatever's happening in Venango County and Forest County will likely happen in Warren County, probably in the next 10 to 20 minutes, given how quickly the system is moving. Yeah, 10 to 20 minutes seems reasonable. Oh, looks like the tornado watch has expired for Erie County as well as Crawford County and even Ashtabula County. So no need to worry about a tornado in Erie or Crawford. No need to prepare for it either. So that looks like it's over. I had a feeling it was going to expire early, but the fact that it expired now, just after 3 p.m., when the rest of the watch, did I say warning? Yeah, I meant to say watch. It's kind of weird that it expired after 3 p.m. when the rest of the watch is not going to expire until 8 p.m. It's quite early. Whew. Yeah, it seems like whatever's happening in Chautauqua County is moving out. Jamestown seems to be getting a little bit of heavy rain, but that's going to end pretty soon. Yeah, taking a little bit of a break in Chautauqua County, Erie County, Crawford County, but northern Venango County seems to be getting hit pretty hard. Mercer County is getting a little bit more of a break. Yeah, going back to the hail core. Whew. Yeah, that hail core that Dorian mentioned, it's really getting there. Might even be a chance of 1.5 inches of hail falling just north of Cooperstown. Feel free to send pictures of any hail if you see any on the ground. How's the velocity look? All right, so this is from the Buffalo radar. Which one would be closest? Probably Pittsburgh radar. Yeah, this is about 5,000 feet up. We are detecting a little bit of rotation over Cherry Tree right now. This is towards the Pittsburgh radar, away. So any rotation would look like this. Counterclockwise rotation. This is about 5,000 feet up in the air. Of course, rotation high up in the air does not exactly mean that there's a tornado. It just means, well, rotation high up in the air. If there were to be a tornado, there would have to be rotation near the ground, and we would need somebody near the ground to tell us if they aren't detecting any rotation. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So this is just radar indicated. It's just high. It's just rotation high up in the atmosphere. So it doesn't give us enough info for any rotation, but still, I would prepare for the possibility of a tornado, given that there is a tornado watch. Just be mindful of the possibility, and of course, use your common sense. I mean, if there's already heavy rain and hail, you should just stay inside as well. I mean, given the width of this system, it will probably last for 10 to 15 minutes. Looks like the tornado watch expired for Erie.
Oh wow! Yeah. Good. Yeah. So clear, severe clear for those counties. So yeah, everything will be all east of us. All right.
Yep. All good. Let's look back at Warren, see how hard it's getting hit. Ooh, really picked up.
Yeah, it's coming down. There's that little core right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that widespread of a system. Let's see. It's like 8 miles in width at most. And it's moving 50 miles per hour. So I'd say in the next 10 minutes, Warren should be fine. Should be starting to clear up a bit. Don't know where Steve Marshall is right now. We're kind of hoping he's in northern Venango County near Titusville, monitoring this system.
Nothing. Okay.
Ooh, a little report on a tree. Tree down Oakland Township, Venango County near Cherry Tree per scanner.
Thank you very much, Angela.
Yeah, thank you for that, Angela.
Anyone in that area, by all means, send any information.
Mm-hmm. So a tree down near Cherry Tree per scanner. She said Oakland Township. Not exactly sure where Oakland Township is within Cherry Tree. But thank you for that info anyway, Angela. Yeah, I guess maybe if I try zooming in. Where's the cell with rotation headed? It's heading northeast right now. You can tell from these long arrows, it's mainly east-northeast. So it's pretty much this direction in general. That's where it's heading. And that tells us that'll eventually reach southern Warren County. And it doesn't look like it's really going to weaken anytime soon. We probably just need a bit more cloud cover for it to suppress. And we do have some cloud cover, but we also probably have some heat towards the ground. Yeah, as of now, it seems like the temperatures near the ground are like in the low to mid 70s. So the warmer the ground is, the more likely you're going to get rising air, and within that rising air, there's going to be more moisture, and that moisture is just going to add to the system, and it's just going to help strengthen it. So the fact that it's quite warm at the ground near TDU tells us that there's a good chance that the system that's happening near Cherry Tree in Pleasantville will stay strong by the time it reaches TDU. Okay, I was told Oakland Township is Dempsey Town. So it looks like about here is where a tree fell. Okay. It looks like much of the cell has moved out of Cooperstown now. It seems to be moving out Cherry Tree as we speak. Looks like it entered Titusville, entered Pleasantville as well. The hail core seems to have shrunk a little bit. It's in between Cherry Tree and Pleasantville. Yeah. There's quite a possibility of hail in between Cherry Tree and Pleasantville, so I want to look out for that. I mean, if you're anywhere along State Route 227 or Russell, Rouseville? Hold on, let me read these guys. Yeah, Rouseville. And we're like along Rouseville Road, you're going to want to look out for the possibility of hail. Of course, hail can damage cars, damage trees. Good idea to stay indoors for probably the next 10 to 15 minutes, especially if you're in Pleasantville. All right, looks like the warning is out of Chautauqua County.
Yep, they are clear.
Yep, Chautauqua County's in the clear. Erie and Crawford are obviously in the clear. No more watches there. Warren looks like it may be next in line for severe weather potential. And after that, it seems like we should be fine for the rest of the evening, or at least the rest of the afternoon. I'd say the rest of the evening too, because if there were another system, I can't imagine it being as strong. We just have a lack of heat, more cloud cover is expected, and of course the sun will be down. And if it were to reach us, it'll probably be by like 10 p.m. And I'm talking about this system right here. Yeah, by the time it even tries to reach us, yeah, the sun will already be down. There'll be more cloud cover, not enough heat, so not much of a source to really help add to that system to make it stronger. So I'd say after this is out of the way, this current line of cells, after those are out of the way, we should be good for the rest of the day. Yeah, it's really in Pleasantville right now.
Yeah, it's so real.
Okay, looks like the hail monitor is made its way into South Main Street Extension near Pleasantville. A bit of hail happening just over Pleasantville too. And again, feel free to send pictures of any hail if you have them. I'm gonna check my email, see if I've got any hail pictures. Oops. Yeah, it's still moving in the same direction as it was about an hour ago.
Nice little core on the State College radar.
Ooh, the State College radar. Thanks for that. Okay, so I'm switching to the State College radar, which is now representing a black core. So that's quite. Oh wow, that's more than a good chance of hail, and large hail too. 2 inches.
So yeah, that's enough to damage your cars if you have it outside.
Yeah, to put 2 inches in perspective, I guess this key fob right here would be the appropriate diameter.
About right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So folks in Pleasantville, just please stay in your home, stay sheltered up. At least in the next 15, 20 minutes so it gets out here because it's I know it's rocking and rolling down there.
Yeah, Pleasantville is in for a ride here. This is enough to cause enough damage to cars, a lot of dents in the metal and the plastic as well. Enough damage to tree branches, power lines. Wouldn't surprise me if there are power outages happening near Pleasantville at the moment. So yeah, it's not just rain. We are getting some hail up to 2 inches as well. So you're going to want to look out for all of that. Oh boy. If you're doing anything outdoors, if you're like not home and you have like any errands out running, just be sure to get them done as quickly as possible. This is the kind of storm that you want to stay indoors for. Yeah, so just stay indoors for a little while, probably the next 10 minutes. Eventually it will blow over. Thankfully, it's not like a very large system. I mean, it is quite small. It's about 6 to 7 miles in diameter.
Okay.
6, 7, yeah. Ooh. Nasty hail core right here. Thanks, Yvonne Sue. Yeah, it is a dark hill core.
You're along Pike Road, Durham Road, just stay in. It's right over those cities of Pleasantville.
Oh yeah, good point there, Dorian.
Oh,
Oh boy.
you just don't want it. You don't want to see that.
Yeah, anywhere along Pike Road, not looking very good. I think Erie News now has like a radar near Pleasantville.
They do.
Yes.
That's that competition is down there.
Mm-hmm.
You know it.
Yeah, I'm sure they're on this like. Yeah, they're completely on this like roaches.
So we're doing the wrong thing up here. We're holding it down.
I mean, I'm kind of on this like a roach too.
It's just,
I mean, why wouldn't I want to be?
bad, yeah.
It is a pretty severe system there. I mean, it's not very common we get black cores like this within our area.
Nah.
Oh, now it's up to white cores. Oh boy.
Pushing close.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
Man.
Oh goodness. All right, so this is just east of Pleasantville, entering Forest County at the moment. Nealtown, yeah, along Nealtown Road, you might be noticing something like this.
Do you know how much that updraft speed has to be to get 3 inch hail, ladies and gentlemen? Like that's pushed what 80, 90 miles higher than that to keep the water droplets in the air.
Yeah, it's got to be without a doubt a pretty puffy cloud and a pretty tall one too. I mean, if we take a look at the visibility, it's quite thick. You can see a lot of white there. So yeah, that's quite the puffy, tall cloud, and it makes sense for hail for hail like that.
Overachieving.
Oh yes, you got that right.
My heart goes out to the people down there. They're experiencing a very severe storm, but I mean,
yeah,
boy,
that is not something that you want to be under.
No, you do not.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're near State Route 4001, Fogle Farm Road.
Yeah, like along Allegheny River in between Tionesta and Tiddy Utes, you're gonna probably experience that kind of hail. Yeah, seek shelter right away.
Because
yes,
you don't want it 3 inch hail. No.
Yeah, I mean, if you are making plans to go anywhere from Tiddy Ute to Tionesta or vice versa, yeah, just be sure to postpone those plans for probably the next 10 to 15 minutes. Wait until this hail core is out of the way. And speaking of the hail core, here's another look at it.
Wild.
That is wild. Yeah, it's really reaching the likelihood. Yeah, it's really reaching the likely part of the legend there. Yeah. Yeah, so the most likely hail could happen just north of Stewart Run. Most likely hail might just be west of Allegheny River in between Tiddy Ute and Tionesta. You got that right, Yvonne. It is unusual to see those colors for hail cores around there. Oh boy. I don't think I've ever seen something like that.
No.
Ever since in my 3 years working here.
There you go. What's up, everything?
You got that right, Dorian. You got that right. Yeah. And of course, a lot of thunderstorm activity happening too. Picking up 15 strikes touching the ground. Yeah. I guess in the meantime, I can go back to Warren and see how things are happening over there. It might still be quite rainy. Well, it looks like things are now settling down a little bit. Still got some light rain, but nothing too severe. Not seeing any lightning happening over there either. It looks like that's moved out. So really, it's just garden variety showers in Warren at the moment. Tiddy Ute now seems to be getting some thunderstorms. some really heavy rain. Detecting some rotation there, a little bit. I mean, got a little bit of green touching the red.
But once again, this is far away from the State College radar.
This is about 7,000 feet up in the air, by the way.
That's kind of the pearls of the radar sites. The further they are, the higher up in the storm it's looking in.
Mm-hmm. You got that right. That is correct. Mm-hmm. So rotation about 7,000 feet up in the air. Not saying any rotation near the ground. This is all radar indicated. We're going to need people near the ground to tell us if there's rotation near the ground. Anybody south of Tidiu, north of Tionesta can help us with that. Now, speaking of Tidiu, it actually was one of the locations that got an F3 tornado back in 1985.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was during that outbreak back in '85, the time when the only recorded F5 tornado hit Pennsylvania.
Is it? Mm-hmm. It's still standing. Okay.
All right, Sammy Horn told me it's raining good in Tidiu right now. Makes sense based on what the radar is indicating. I don't know if there's really that many people along Allegheny River in between Tionesta and Tidiu, but it would be nice to be getting some reports about hail happening over there. And it also would be nice if Steve Marshall could get back to us.
Yeah, it's been a struggle trying to get a storm chaser.
Yeah, it seems like anything along State Route. Would that be State Route? What street is this? What route is this? Elm Street? Is that Elm Street? Yeah, it's probably Elm Street. Driving along Elm Street is like a no-go at this moment. I would not do that. Oh, Route 62. Yeah. Yeah, driving along Route 62 is that's a little highly discouraged right now. Yeah, I would not recommend driving along Route 62, especially if it's in between Tidiu and Tionesta, because that hail core is nasty. It's just nasty. We're still seeing some whites, and that tells us that there's a possibility of hail more than 2 inches, maybe even more than 3 inches in diameter. Now, if we take a look at this part of the hail core here, this tells us the possibility of hail falling. We're now seeing more purple, so it's just possible. So the chance is not too high, thankfully. But if there's like a little bit of black, then the chance is pretty high, and that would be just south of Trunkyville. It looks like it's getting pretty close along Route 62. Again, I would not advise driving on Route 62, especially in between Tionesta and Tidiu. Oh, looks like it expanded into Warren. Expanded to southern Warren County now. Severe thunderstorm warning has expanded into southern Warren County. It's in effect until 4:30 p.m. Areas impacted include Cherry Grove and Sheffield. Right now, it seems like the heavier rain is just near Tidiu. Eventually, the heavy rain will it will reach Cherry Grove and Sheffield, but not immediately. Let me just do a little bit of work here. Cherry Grove might be getting heavier rain, 3:47, that's 10 minutes from now. Sheffield, probably 20 to 25 minutes, so we'll start to get some heavier rain. Now, if this hail core were to sustain itself by the time it gets to Cherry Grove, that would happen probably at 4 p.m., so a little less than 25 minutes. But what about Sheffield? Yeah, if any hail were to happen in Sheffield, maybe a similar time, if not a little bit later. So yeah, look out for heavy rain in like the next 10 to 20 minutes in Cherry Grove and Sheffield, and in the next 20 to 30 minutes, look out for the possibility of hail. Good idea to seek shelter, of course. So if you're in Cherry Grove or Sheffield, be sure to get anything done as quickly as you can. And we would recommend staying indoors until this whole system blows over. As of now, it seems like the system is moving pretty quickly. It's moving 50 miles per hour. Let's take a look at the width of this system. About 12 miles. Yeah, 12, 13 miles. Do a little bit of math here. You know, I'm going to pull out a calculator. So it's at like 50 miles per hour. Let's see, 12 miles. Okay, 12 divided by 50. 24th of an hour. I guess about 15 minutes. All right. So yeah, this would last about 15 minutes, all the heavy rain and the chance of hail. So just prepare for that. Looks like Cherry Grove might be getting some heavy rain now. So yeah, in the next 15 minutes, it'll eventually be gone. Thank you, Yvonne. All right, this is the State College radar. Let me change it over to the Buffalo radar. Okay. As of now, it seems to be moving a little further away from Tionesta. Tionesta seems to be in the clear now. Route 62 in between Tidiu and Tionesta now seems to be in the clear. Yeah, even away from the hail. Yeah, that hail core seems to be moving east of Route 62, east of Allegheny River, making its way towards Cherry Grove and Sheffield. Cherry Grove is now getting some heavier rain. Next 15 minutes, it'll be under some heavy rain, thunderstorms, and a chance for large hail. Good idea to stay indoors at that time. At this time now, Sheffield probably the next 20 minutes we'll start to get maybe 10 to 20 minutes we'll start to get some heavy rain. Sheffield, but like the next 20 to 30 minutes that'll turn into not just heavy rain but also a chance of hail and thunderstorms and high wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. All of this will last up to 15 minutes given the size of the storm and how fast it's moving. So it's not a very long-lasting storm. Just a good idea, you know, stay indoors for just 15 minutes, and then after that, should be fine. I mean, we'll probably just be getting some garden variety showers, much like what Oil City and Titusville are getting right now. I think, yeah. Steve Marshall just got back to me. 3:40, headed home. Show's over. I don't know, Steve. I mean. Have you tried driving into Warren County, or at least Forest County? Yeah. I mean, even if he tries to, it'll probably be over by the time he gets there anyway. Because he would be driving along with it. He would be driving into it. Yeah, as of now, it looks like Erie, Crawford County, and Chautauqua County are in the clear. As of now, looks like Venango County is pretty much in the clear too. But now Warren County and Forest County, they're under some severe thunderstorms, under some severe weather. Good chance of hail. Gotta look out for that. Sky getting lighter west of Youngsville now. Oh, that's some good news there. Thank you for that, Kathy. Yeah, we can definitely see that. I mean, outside the garden variety showers You actually see some clearing skies to the west there. A little bit of clearing. Some broken cloud cover over Erie County, Crawford County. Looks like this system is entering some broken cloud cover too. Of course, the more broken cloud cover there is, the higher the chance of a warmer ground, and the higher the chance of a warmer ground, the higher the chance of rising air. And if the air rises fast enough, it can carry more moisture and just put that into the system, and that will just help strengthen the system a bit more. So you're going to be safe? Yeah. I wouldn't worry too much, Jacob. 0.2 of an inch of rain so far in Youngsville. All right, thank you, Kathy. All right, it looks like it's well into Cherry Grove now, eventually making its way into Sheffield. Let's see, how's the chance of hail looking? All right, so I'm seeing more purple, so that's only like a possibility of hail, a pretty low chance at the moment. So I'd say chance of hail not really that high anymore. By the time it reaches Cherry Grove and Sheffield, yeah, I don't know if it's going to be very high. Let's take a look at a time lapse of that. Go back a little. Yeah, you can see it was really at its highest back at 3:30, 15 minutes ago. And it was in between Tidiu and Tionesta. But if we fast forward 15 minutes to the present, well, we can see not seeing as much black, more purple. So yeah, it looks like the chance of hail is diminishing as the system's making its way into Cherry Grove and Sheffield. I would still look out for a chance of hail, though. I mean, there's still a possibility of hail reaching at least a half an inch or maybe 1 inch. Yeah, 1 inch. Yeah, I mean, it's still a chance, so good idea to just stay indoors either way. Hailing in Cooperstown right now. All right, thank you, Kylie. Let's see. Anybody in Sheffield could now be getting heavy rain. The possibility of hail could happen in the next 20 minutes. So, I want to prepare for that. And like I said before, this could last a whole 15 minutes, heavy rain and hail. The next 15 minutes, Sheffield should probably be fine. It'll just be dealing with garden variety showers, like what's happening near Cherry Tree in Pleasantville. What about Edinburgh? Edinburgh is also in the clear here. Don't have to worry about any heavy rain for now, or thunderstorms. No, Josh, we are not. And even if we were, the radar would not be a good enough source to tell us if we are. Let's see. We have to look for rotation, and this would be rotation about 6,000 feet up in the air, because I'm using the State College radar right now. Let's see. Green would mean winds are blowing this way. and the red would mean the winds are blowing this way. And because of how close they are together, we can get a little bit of rotation looking like this. But again, this is about 6,000 to, yeah, this is about 6,000 feet up in the air. So it's rotation high up in the air. Of course, that's not enough for a tornado. You need rotation near the ground too. And we need people near the ground to tell us if there's some rotation happening close to where they are. But as of now, we only know that there's a bit of rotation happening about 6,000 feet up in the air. If we were to look at the winds close to the ground, yeah, it looks pretty linear. It seems like the winds are just blowing like that. Or some, yeah. Yeah, the State College radar is down that way, so it seems like the winds are blowing like in this direction, I'd say. Pretty linear, not really seeing any rotation near the at the ground. But the winds are picking up though. Let's see. Ooh, whoa. This might be gusts actually. Up to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. All right. So yeah, this warning's in effect until 4:30 p.m. It might end a lot sooner for Warren County. I'd say maybe like anywhere between 4 and 4:15 p.m. It will eventually end in Warren County. Let's see here. This is 60 miles away at the end of this hail course, 60 miles away. And it's moving at about 54 miles per hour. So that means in the next probably 17 minutes, the large system that we're seeing right here will eventually be out of Warren County in the next 17 minutes. So yeah, anywhere between 4:05, 4:10, I'm gonna bet that's when the warning will no longer be in effect for Warren County. But in general, it's in effect until 4:30, and it'll likely be in effect until 4:30 over in this county, McKean County. I actually did see a water spout, I think, last July. I was at Cedar Point, and it was July 1st. There was actually a water spout that touched Lake Erie. I was in line for their new coaster, Siren's Curse. It's pretty cool to look at. Yeah, the chances for a tornado seem very low now. I mean, there's rotation high up in the air, but I really doubt it's going to touch the ground. I mean, the ground just doesn't seem all that warm enough. It's a lot warmer down in the Pittsburgh area, and there's a better chance for tornado formation down there. But for us, yeah, we're not exactly warm enough. Chance of hail. Let's see. Yeah, the chance of hail continues to diminish a bit. I mean, we're starting to get lighter purple shades too. That tells us the chances are lowering even more. But there is still that hail core just south of Cherry Grove, even though the chances are still quite low. I mean, outside of hail, it's just going to be a lot of heavy rain. That's just south of Cherry Grove. Eventually, it's going to reach Sheffield. Sheffield, you're going to be dealing with a blast of heavy rain in like 10 minutes. Yeah, maybe less than that. Warren seems to be getting more garden variety showers at this point. Not seeing a whole lot of thunderstorms. Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, the rain is quite heavy over there, but and the winds are up there too. But I don't see very many thunderstorms. Yeah, not many lightning strikes, thankfully. I would imagine this severe thunderstorm warning might expire for Warren County in between 4:05 and 4:10 p.m. Given how fast the system is moving and how large it is.
It's already near Sheffield. It's already rolling. Mm-hmm. So you got to see that.
McKean County will be until 4:30 p.m.
It's moving. Okay. Has there been any updates in that area?
It seems like the chance of hail is diminishing. I mean, we're seeing more
that's good.
Lighter purple here. You see that?
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and that's about to make its way into Sheffield, but still, it's a low chance. So you're just going to get hit with a heavy rain and like pretty much now.
Okay. So yeah, everyone, if you live in Sheffield, just stay sheltered up for the next 10-15 minutes. Let that. It's moving at, what was it, 50?
Yeah, Titusville should be good now, Martha.
Yeah, it's moving at 52 miles an hour. So, yeah, within the next 10-15 minutes, it'll be out of there. Mm-hmm. It'll be in McCain County. But, yeah, like 15-20 minutes earlier when it was in Forest County, I mean, it had a hail core up to 3 inches. Like, that storm overachieved. It really did.
Yeah, and it would be really cool to see pictures of any hail over there, too. If possible. So yeah, anybody near the Tidioute, Tynesta area, if you see any
tornado warning for Warren County.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Hold on. Looks like a tornado warning is issued for southeastern Warren County over in Sheffield. Yeah, I have been detecting rotation over there, but only the radar was indicating rotation high up in the air. But now, with this tornado warning, it seems like there's a likelihood some of that rotation could touch near the ground. I'm gonna go on air. Gonna do a live cut-in of this tornado warning. I'm gonna take a good look at it, see everything that's happening. So yeah, I'm just gonna. Who's on his way? Okay. Yeah. So Tom is on his way right now. I'm just gonna leave the stream. I'm gonna leave the stream open. Maybe Tom will continue the stream while I do the live cut-in. So you can tune into Jet 24 at Jet 24. I'm gonna do a live cut-in very soon. Now.
Anybody in Sheffield, get your tornado warning shelters now. Mm-hmm. Just call us. Just call closed captions, and we just Which point cell? Which cell computer?
You should be able to print something out on my computer, but I gotta change the numbers.
Yes. can start whenever you want to.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm about to be on there on Jet 24 Action News very soon, so I'm just going to leave the stream open. Hopefully, Tom Atkins will be here pretty soon. He can just continue the live stream from here.
All right, you ready, Jacob?
Kind of. Do we have a right here?
All right, everybody. About to go on air on both Fox and Jet.
Yeah, you can help control some things for me.
Yep, no problem. Yeah, he's mic'd up.
I'm putting on my iPad right now.
Yep. Get his RP on and go on.
This cutting could probably last like a couple, maybe 3 minutes. Or how long is this cutting?
Yeah, this can go as long as you need to. So it's 15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. 15 minutes until it's no longer.
Okay.
So yeah, we can probably do 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, that's cool. All right, whenever you're ready. Over here. Wednesday. All right, are you ready? Yeah, we're ready.
Is that anything on the rules? Your matches, you're now under a 20 warning in parts of Warren County. It's like it's hard south, eastern Warren County, your Sheffield as well as Putmore, and it seems like Sheffield, it's indicated by the spread outline, also within a severe thunderstorm warning. The tornado warning is effective until 4:15 p.m. Again, this is due over Sheffield. Seems like our location has been inspected by radars. College radar. We just saw some tornadoes crossing severely over Sheffield. And there we go. Okay, so what we have right here are storm winds. Now, keep in mind that the signals are being pretty far away. It's second winds that are being put up in the air. So the farther away you are from the radar sites, the more away the radar is farther away from the ground. So I'm actually totally about 5,000 feet above the ground. So they probably are the green and red touching those together. Now, for mine is green, those are waves going toward the radar, so it's more like that direction right now there. And red one away from the radar, so it's kind of having a little bit of rotation like that. That way, pointing over that way, and closer they are together, more likely you're going to get rotation going like that. So you got that unclockwise rotation again, stacking thousands of feet up in the air before you see the radar. That is where the tornado warning tells us that some of that rotation could touch on the ground too. So if you're living near Sheffield, if you're living near Westmore too, just along this road, of course, it's a good idea to seek shelter, stay inside. Eventually, this will over pretty soon. We're in about until 4:15 p.m. So probably the next 10 minutes get less. So yeah, from now to the next 10 minutes, just be sure to stay inside. I would recommend it. By the time this goes over, we'll just stay outside. And as this moment, it seems like the rotation is still happening on high air. No word that rotation is around just yet, but of course, there that's getting worse. like you for right here, tells us that is outside of the these lights that are getting out of Sheffield, so right showers there. But more well. So yeah, often rain, also going to be a hail as well. Not worrying well, that's still okay, well, there was a help for earlier. Go back. Okay. All right. So that time is at 5 p.m. So for shake for one possibility of more so that diminishing. And now so like Sheffield is now gone for Sheffield on platform shows because of like worry about but I would still stand for rating Sheffield platform again. You got the rotation happening high in the air. I have these kind of share, I would say. This is being taken by the same call radar. This one way is about being on board radar and red, close, and get rotation happening like this. Now the speed on the air, it's just radar indicated, so that means rotation high up in the air away from the ground. Doesn't tell us rotation exactly where we're going, but we are under a tornado warning, so there's still a chance that one could hit the ground, but we're going to need people near the ground. So let's sit back and it is happening. So in the meantime, good idea to stay indoors if you're going to check the old floor as well as pain. Anybody in pain, of course, just you should stay indoors, stay sheltered for probably the next 10 minutes. So, in about the next 10 minutes, we'll do that way because one reason that we go forward and now it is 4:05 p.m. So maybe less than 10 minutes out of the way. All right. Well, that's pretty much all I got to say. Morning again, just be shelter and eventually we can move out of the way. In the meantime, of course, stay safe and see you soon on different more actually.
Okay. Good job. Yeah. Cool. So there is closed captioning, so if you want to go back on, you can. So it's you.
I don't know what else to say.
Well, they shrunk it, so now it's in Kane. Yeah, you know, you made the right call. That's tough, man, because it's like it's in. They shrunk it.
Hey, still be over here, right?
They shrunk out more. Hold on.
Yeah.
Is it done?
They shrunk it. So
Okay, so it's not the key.
Yes.
All right. Just
we're still on Facebook.
go. So keep it there. I'm not going to do it.
All right. Craig, you know, like, we got a caption if you want.
What's going on with the copy on there? Brad, any last story? Yes. I'm just going to think for a second here. Right here on there. It should be good there.
Okay, getting back to the stream. Looks like Connie Atwood said there's a warning siren going off in Barrow Lake. Oh boy. So the siren went off. It seems like there actually was some rotation that hit close to the ground. Let's see here. Now it seems like the tornado warning has made its way into just McKean County. It seems like it's most of it is pretty much out of Warren County at the moment. Sheffield we'll likely be in the clear from any tornadic possibilities. But as of now, it still seems like there's some thunder activity happening in Sheffield. Maybe another round of heavy rain, mostly garden variety. So Sheffield should be in the clear. As of now, it seems like the risk for a tornado is mainly in McKean County near Wetmore and Kane. So yeah, good idea to seek shelter. Anybody in Wetmore and Kane, good idea to seek shelter for the next 10, maybe 15 minutes, or maybe until this warning is no longer in effect, which is 4:15 p.m. The warning will eventually expire. Now it looks like a severe thunderstorm warning has extended to more of McKean County. That's in effect until 4:30 p.m. Again, of course, with a severe thunderstorm warning, you're going to want to expect 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, heavy rain, and a possibility of hail as well. So this is going to be stretching from Wetmore all the way to Smethport. That's pretty much out of our area. So, yeah, if you have if you know anybody that lives out that way, just let them know to seek shelter pretty soon, and they can for like 10 to 15 minutes until the system is eventually out of the way. Now it seems like the tornado warning is really just out of Lower County, pretty much out of our area, but it's still in effect for, say, Ludlow as well as Wetmore. So yeah, again, anybody you know lives within Ludlow or Wetmore, you're just going to want to seek shelter for now. Probably for like the next 5 minutes. Eventually, this thing will be out of the way. We're just gonna stay calm about this. I mean, eventually it'll be out. It's not going to be very long lasting. Like I said, probably just another 5 minutes, and then eventually the warning will expire. Let's take a look back at the storm winds. All right, not really detecting much rotation anymore, especially at like 5,000 to 6,000 feet. So it looks like it seems to be dying a bit. All right, but still, I would still recommend just staying inside, of course.
Okay, so if you hear of anything else, if you hear of any damage, give me a call. Okay. All right, great. All right, call me if you got anything. All right, bye. Okay. Are you ready? Yeah. How long do you want to go? I just want to go till 4:15, right? 4 minutes. Okay. You got am I on? Yeah, you're good.
Oh, by the way, Tom Atkins is gonna take over on Jet 24 and tell us a bit more about this tornado warning. By the way,
tornado warning expires. You guys in Warren County, as Jake probably told you, you are out of that tornado warning. You don't have any confirmed reports of damage. Let's take it full screen, Mr. Director, if we could, and I'll show you what's going on. There's a lot of good news here, folks. We have here to prepare you, not scare you. The only portion of the tornado warning here is to the north and west of Kane. You see all that lightning here? You see that cell? Just this little red area here. If you are in extreme southwestern McKean County down here by Wetmore and to the north and west of Kane, that's where what's left of what we call a radar indicated tornado warning is. And it's moving out and it is expiring in approximately 3 minutes. So take shelter in those areas. Now let's get to the good news that I want to give you before we go back to regular programming. You see the counties in red here? They still have a tornado watch. That's Chautauqua, Warren, Forest, Venango, and Mercer. You see the counties over here? That includes Crawford and Erie and Ashtabula. It's been canceled. And what the National Weather Service generally does is that once this line moves out, and it's right now,
looks like some of that severe weather is starting to move further into New York State.
Over here to McKean County, little on the east side of Warren there. Once this moves out, the Weather Service will begin to cancel these counties here, like Chautauqua, Warren, Forest,
Yeah, it looks like the tornado warning is going to cancel in only a few minutes.
That is some good news for you.
Yeah, very good news right there. I mean,
severe weather.
by 4:15, people should be in the clear from any tornado warnings. It seems like anything that's happening following this tornado warning is really just going to be garden variety showers, nothing more. So nothing too dangerous.
You're probably going to be pretty darn good.
You just really need an umbrella. That's all.
Too much harm. I know there probably has been some hail. We're showing you warm right now, and you can see to this shot we're starting to get some breaks in the clouds. So good news there, and good news for most of the entire area. Again, let me take my scribbling off here, and we're just waiting for areas that are getting basically some heavy rain. This is not severe, but in Sheffield and down in Cherry Grove, a little bit northern Forest County, a little bit south of Oil City now in Venango County, a little bit south.
Might be a good idea to take a look what's happening in the areas. I mean, if you know anybody in Pittsburgh, of course, you're going to want to warn them about what's happening down here. There's a few severe thunderstorm warnings, a couple of them over in Allegheny County. Oh, yeah.
Much better and more stable.
Yeah, good idea to just be indoors during this time. It looks like there's one round of heavy rain happening in Pittsburgh, followed by another round, which looks mostly garden variety, not really associated with any thunderstorms.
There, go away. That's the tornado warning. That's the McLean County. It's in effect until 4:15, and we are just about there right now. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning east of there in McLean County. But to reiterate, that's moving to the east. All this nasty weather around this circle I've drawn is pushing away from our area. The cleared counties, no tornado watch, no warnings of any kind. Erie, Crawford, Nashville, the weather that's occurring over there is moving eastward. So, common sense. It's all going to be
Okay, it looks like the tornado warning has expired. All the severe weather is really just happening to our east, pretty much out of our area. So with that, I feel like I'm just going to end the stream here, because for the rest of the evening, it's really just going to be like garden variety showers at times. Other than that, just really cold weather. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. You can catch me on 24 Action News at 6 as well as 11 later this evening and tonight. All right. Have a good rest of your night, everybody. Take care.